GRACE is a joint study program offered by St. Pölten, Sächsian and Vidzeme Universities of Applied Sciences. As a student of GRACE, you will study in 3 European countries, benefiting from the individual expertise each of our universities has to offer. After 4 semesters, you will complete your studies with a Master of Science degree from our 3 institutions. GRACE stands for Gamified Reality Applications for real-world challenges and experiences. GRACE is a joint master's program focusing on gamification-based extended reality for application fields such as health, education and industry. As a student of GRACE, you will delve into topics such as design and innovation, gamification and didactics, development and implementation, as well as evaluation and dissemination. With these skills and competencies, you will be well equipped to contribute innovative products to a future-oriented market. GRACE's unique selling point is its path to reality. After being introduced to the European Entrepreneurial Competence Framework ENTRECOM, you will unfold your talent under the mentorship of companies and institutions from our vast international network. Your journey begins with an initial idea, which you will iterate through several stages of prototyping and evaluation over the 4 semesters. At the end of your studies, you will not only have developed a finished product. Through continuous training of yourself and peer assessment skills, you will also possess an extraordinary level of reflection that enables you to convince potential stakeholders of your competencies and ideas. Are you curious to learn more about this unique joint master's program? Please visit our website for further information.
Each semester is unique. GRACE is not a typical master's program, because you study in 3 different countries: Austria, Netherlands and Latvia.
In the first semester in Austria, teaching focuses on foundations of gamification and extended reality, combining with design thinking and collaboration tasks. You will mainly explore the tools and develop your first prototypes and concepts that you will expand on throughout the whole program.
For the second semester in the Netherlands, you will follow teaching in didactics, gamification and entrepreneurial strategies while co-creating a low-fidelity prototype with peers, tutors and stakeholders.
Develop a high-fidelity prototype while strengthening your skills in scientific evaluation, knowledge transfer, societal relevance, and entrepreneurship through design thinking.
And don't forget to apply until February 1st.
So welcome back. Welcome to the presentation of GRACE Joint Master. I hope that the sound now that you can hear me. If not, please let me know in the chat. So to most of you, this will be the first welcome, although it was our 3rd attempt now for setting up the technology behind this live stream. It seems to be quite challenging here. Yes, they can hear me, so I see a response in the chat. Yes. So sound working is unfortunate, but okay. Let's see, if there's still technical issues, then we already decided to make a full recording of the session, and we'll share this recording as soon as possible with you through our channels. So let me just continue again. So this is a presentation for the GRACE Master Program in Applied XR. And we are planning to spend approximately half an hour to talk you through most of the details of our program. And there will be plenty of time for Q&A. So please leave any question in the chat directly in YouTube or on the Slido app that we have. We'll make sure that the answers will come to you very soon. So I'd like to thank the organization here for making this opportunity to connect with a new community to us. Well, my name is, and I think we lost connection here. Yes, yeah, we're back again. So I'm the Deputy Academic Director of the GRACE program. I was involved in the development of the program from the very first start. That was already 4 years ago. And I've been most of the time a lecturer in XR, extended reality, and creative computing in bachelor programs. Next to me is Linda, my colleague from Vidzeme University in Latvia. Linda, please introduce yourself.
Healthcare direction, healthcare track, which is one of the most important tracks in this program, besides the two other ones that you will hear about. And my expertise is specifically developing XR technologies for healthcare rehabilitation, different kind of applications, including mental health, and also solutions with added value, like adding integrating sensors for real-time feedback, and also I've been deeply involved in clinical validation of these kind of solutions. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. So UDRES was already on the first slide, but I think it's good to explain to you what UDRES is. UDRES stands, well, that's actually a mouthful. It stands for Engaged and Entrepreneurial European University as a Driver for Smart and Sustainable Regions. So it's a European University Alliance supported by the European Commission, and the Alliance brings together universities of applied sciences from different countries, European countries, in this case, 9 different ones, and Saxion and Vidzeme are part of this. These universities are mainly located in small and medium-sized cities, and we work closely with the regional ecosystems here. Well, in this case, GRACE is one of the first results of our joint operation here. Well, GRACE is in that case our first baby, so to say, and we're planning to roll out some more joint programs in the coming years. Well, GRACE stands for Gamified Reality Applications for Real-World Challenges and Experience. I think you've seen the name, you've been hearing this already from the introduction. But it's a first European Joint Master Program for Saxion and for Vidzeme, and also for the St. Pölten University located in Austria. So we're all 3 applied universities, and what makes GRACE special is that it brings together gamification, simulation, immersive technologies, and applies them to real-world challenges. So especially in healthcare, education, and the industry. So one of the strengths of the program is it directly connects to these real industries. And so students just don't learn how XR works, but they also learn how to apply it in sectors that are actively using these technologies. And well, we have 3 main industries here, and these are not just industries that we focus on, because these are the industries that the European Union expects to have a huge demand in the coming year for technical skilled people. But also people that not can only do technical things, but also the creative, and also bridging between human interaction and machines here. But healthcare, you can think about different tools, VR tools for training doctors or nurses, or AR systems that support rehabilitation or mental health therapy. Well, in these industries, XR is already being used to improve outcomes and reduce cost in healthcare. Education, think of immersive learning environments that can make abstract subjects easier to understand. For example, well, imagine yourself learning history by walking through a virtual Roman city, or understanding physics in 3D simulation. And we also explore the gamified learning, so where students stay more motivated and engaged. And then the third is the industry. So many companies now use simulations to train workers safely and efficiently. And XR would help prepare employees for complex and dangerous environments, as in this case for technical installations, the maintenance of it. So as a GRACE student, you'll build XR projects. They're not just impressive, but hopefully they're also very useful and they really matter. Some key facts about the GRACE program. Well, it's a 2-year program, which will eventually lead to a Master of Science, an academic degree of Master of Science. It's 2 years divided in 4 semesters, which equals 120 ECTS, which is the European credit system. And that's kind of what most master degrees are in Europe. It's fully taught in English, so all courses, assessment, all communications are in English. So there's no need to speak, well, in this case, German or Dutch or Latvian, which will be very challenging, by the way, the last one. So the learning format is on campus and very hands-on. So you won't just sit in lecture halls, you will be working in XR labs, use real devices, collaborate on apply projects from day one. Some other important facts, we have a mobility aspect here. So you will really be studying in 3 countries. We expect you to be and start in Austria, move to the Netherlands and Latvia. More about this in the coming slides. And for all non-Europeans here, we have a specific visa that we can offer you, what is called the One Visa, where the International Office of Austria will help you arranging this, but it will allow you to travel freely through 3 countries. And in this case, if you would choose the 4th semester to stay in Austria, then you can apply for such visa. We have very limited places, only 25. This has to do with the whole funding mechanism that we use in this master. The original deadline for application we already reached, but we still have available seats. So I still encourage you to apply for this program. Well, we expect to take off September, actually the last day of August, but also more on this in further slides. Have a look here at tuition fees. And this might be for you a bit shocking to hear, but I think we can say that we have the most affordable joint master program here in Europe. For non-Europeans, it's really only 3,000 per year, and for Europeans, it's a little more than 700 euros. That's far more affordable than any other program. This has to do with the support that we have from the European Union, but more important, that the Austrian government is supporting us in this program. And another plus here is that we can already say and guarantee that students can also receive Erasmus Plus mobility support, and that can even be up to 10,000. I already seen some questions regarding this part in Erasmus Plus and scholarships, and also about calculation of cost. I must say that we have a very nice student life section on our website, and if you would go for cost indication there, you get an impression on what it would cost on monthly based if you would also take into account this guarantee grant. We do some calculations there, and please ask question if you have further question about it. I'd love to hear. So one thing that really makes GRACE unique, and I already mentioned it, is the fact that you will study in different countries. So we have a mobility structure. So as a GRACE student, you won't stay in just one country. You will be part of, well, what you can say a truly European journey. So with your group, you'll start in Austria, and it will maximum 25, and you will be introduced to immersive technologies, gamification, users and design. The first semester is really meant to land here, to make sure that we speak the same language, the cultural languages, to get to know each other a bit more. But then you start moving. So after the first semester, it will be about mid-January, end of January, you will start moving to the Netherlands, to Saxion University. There the focus will shift a bit more toward interaction design research, linking XR to real societal challenges. And then the 3rd semester, you will move with your cohort to Vidzeme University in Latvia. So this is where you'll work on evaluation, public communication, and make sure that your XR applications are meaningful and usable in real context. And then the 4th semester, which is not in this picture, that really depends on your own choice here. And it will give you full freedom to choose either one of these 3 campuses or to any other European country, but it's very likely that you will move to the place where your mentor is located, your company that you're working for. More on this also in the next slides. Another thing which makes the GRACE program very unique is that what we have, or what we call, is the path to reality. This is a real dashboard, which is a learning environment. So although you will be studying in 3 different institutions, you will be fully enrolled to all 3 institutions. you will have one set of credentials that will give you access to our dashboard, where you can see the progression of your academic, the progression of all academic grades, credits, etc. But most important is that it's not solely an academic kind of dashboard, it's also a more holistic kind of approach that we have. So you also see how you're progressing on creativity, collaboration, leadership, because you will also be using this dashboard as a peer dashboard for peer reviewing and reflection. Then another strong point here is that we have a very strong connection with the industry. So we have industry collaboration. So throughout the program, you will work as a student directly with external partners, so from companies to public organizations, and you will work on real projects. So the goal is not, in this case, to build some cool demo. It's to guide you from very early concepts in the first semester to more higher fidelity in second and third, to hopefully market-ready prototypes in the fourth semester. So it's really learning by doing, real-world challenges. So from the first semester, you will be connected to a mentor from the industry. And we already have over 27 agreements signed with companies that are either bringing a project to table or some mentorship. But you will be connected from the first moment on. So you will be working on those real projects, start building and testing them with your mentor. And this can be any kind of thing. This can be healthcare training. This can be smart industry applications. This can be solutions for, any kind of rehabilitation, for example, XR solutions. But the nice thing is that you will go through the full design process. So from concept to prototype to testing to refinement, just like in a real job. So with this approach, you will be preparing for your future career. So any deliverable from the GRACE project will be a nice portfolio item. You will be working on your work-ready mindset. You will have access to a global network of mentors in industry, as our 3 XR labs that we have on each location. They have their own business network, and it will you have lots of profit here of being connected to not just one network in Europe, but a bigger network here. So career opportunities are, not even in Europe, even beyond, because we also have partners from non-European countries here. On our website, we promote what we call our personas. As we technically don't have graduates yet, we have made up some 4 personas, which will give you an impression on the different paths that you can choose throughout our program. And you can see that there's really a different possibility here for, even if you would strive to go for a PhD, then there's this academic path for you possible. If you want to become more like an entrepreneur in this field, then we have a path for you and support you also in this journey. So please have a look at the website and see what persona would fit you and how this really can, differ either your choice in mentor or different kind of project, etc. And a closer look at the curriculum. Also on the website, we have more information on this, but just briefly give you an impression of what the curriculum is about, how we build it up. So we actually have 4 different paths here. So design and innovation is one of them. This is where you would learn how to create extra applications with a strong focus on user-centered design. And that's not just about making technology, it's about making it work for people. And the second one will be on didactics and gamification. And this is more about using game thinking in non-game settings. So especially to improve learning and engagement. So you explore how to make training, education, or even therapy more effective and more motivating using interactive methods. Then the XR development and implementation. This is where students really get hands-on with development in tools like Unity or Unreal. And working with XR devices. And this is part of building and testing immersive experiences that are technically solid and meaningful to use. Then the fourth is evaluation dissemination. This focuses on measuring the impact of your work and learning how to communicate your results clearly to stakeholders or some other audience, whether they're clients or users or general public. And together, these 4 areas make the program both creative and technical, but still with a strong focus on real-world outcomes. This is how we designed the curriculum. So what's important here is that the program is not just divided geographically, but it's also structured around those 4 core teaching areas that I just mentioned, and they're interwoven. So across the entire 2 years, it's a continuum path. So path to reality in this case, what I mentioned is like the umbrella of the curriculum. And below there, we have the 4 learning areas here that will continue throughout your studies. So although you might, so there is a clear connection between those subjects, courses that you get throughout the 4 semesters here. So Austria is mostly focused on design and innovation here. There's the emphasis. In the Netherlands, the emphasis is more on the didactic gamification, and where you'll start building your first lo-fi prototypes. In Latvia, the programs become more technical focused. So then the emphasis is more on developing high fidelity prototypes, understanding implementation challenges, and refining solutions with real technology. And then the 4 semesters is what we consider as your thesis semester. Well, like I said, you can choose where and how you would do this, whether it be at one of the institutions or maybe in collaboration with your mentor at external organization. So it's your chance to specialize and create something truly impactful here. Then a brief impression. I'm not going to talk you through all of these credits here. That will be too much. We have some more information also on the website if you're really interested. I think most of the titles of these courses here would make a little sense over to you. I think things that I can point out here is that we have a boot camp. I think it's hidden under didactics gamification, but the boot camp is a very nice week that we start with in Austria. So everyone will attend the boot camp week, which will be the week where we'll have all kind of introduction exercises, first assessments, get to know you and get to know each other, get to know teachers, and teachers from both countries will also fly into Austria to have some very nice introduction weeks, so to say. The only thing that you'll see in each semester is the path to reality. It's the 5 credits that will continue into almost a 30 credits thesis, which is also part of the path to reality. Well, something about career perspectives here. And this perfectly aligns with the personas that we designed, just to give you an impression on what you can expect, so what role to take. We will challenge you, by the way, in the first semester, in the first week, to think about this path that you will be choosing. Will you be focused more on applied innovation and industry roles, or would you rather pursue an academic path here, a more research career? Or would you do really technical things and deep dive into immersive technologies? Or would you rather do more design-related work in building the learning, the learning environment, the gamification, etc. The application procedure. Well, I think we get most questions on this part. It's really important that you understand that you have completed a bachelor degree in either IT or something related. We've seen lots of variations here. So there could be computer science, software engineering, game development, media tech, or similar. But most important is that you will have solid programming skills. So it's important because the program involves building XR applications. So you need to be comfortable with code, and whether that's C#, Unity, or other relevant tools. And well, maybe most important is that you're interested in and curious about XR. We're not expecting that you already can showcase a full portfolio of XR projects. No. And we've seen so many motivated people that convinced us also in their motivation letter how much interest they have and how they envision what they could do in specific fields. And that's most interesting. So you don't have to be an expert yet, but you should be eager to explore on how these technology can be used in real life.
Tim,
so yes,
we have a question in YouTube. As long as you are able to code, it would count. Is that correct?
Absolutely necessary. It wouldn't directly matter whether it's a C# or any other kind of coding. I think whenever you understand coding, you can easily adapt to any kind of new coding environment context. In any case, if you have never worked with either Unity or Unreal, we absolutely encourage you to start getting some basic skills in that. And we will even offer you some opportunities in what we call bridge courses or gap courses that we will offer throughout the summer if you still feel insecure about it. But such an IT program will be admittable here. But like I said, it kind of also depends on your personal interest and your ambition and whether you really have a good understanding of what the program is about. If there are any other questions, just let me know, Linda. But this motivation and the international mindset are key because you'll be on a European train through Europe, and you need to be ready to also be open-minded and understand that this is really about international mindset if you want to survive working in the 3 countries. Or working in teams with people all over the world. So adaptability, you need to be able to adapt easily here and be open. That's essential. And finally, I think most important is that we don't require any work experience. So you can apply directly after your bachelor's, even if you're in the final year, that's possible. Most important is, so our ideal candidates are students that are now in the final year of the study and at least thinking about the next step. So if you're passionate, if you're open to new experience, and you're ready to create a future of immersive tech, then you're absolutely welcome. We divided the application in 3 stages. So if you still are insecure about whether your bachelor program is fitting, if you're admittable to the program, that's what we consider as the early check stage. So feel free to start the application procedure already through a website of St. Pölten here. So whenever you are on the GRACE website, you will be forwarded to the St. Pölten website, but please start the application procedure for the stage 1, and you will get an instant answer from us. So within a week, you can proceed with delivering the next document. So we kind of break it in 3 different parts, although the 3rd stage is only necessary when we still have questions about your application, or you have questions, or we have similar kind of ranking, because we will work with ranking here. And that's also explained on the website in our FAQ. To give you an impression of what is needed in this first stage, the early check application.
Maybe additional question. Do they need to be graduated now when they are applying in February?
That's a super question, because we get this question very often. No, that's impossible. I think the majority of our students are currently doing the final thesis for the bachelor. So the only thing that we need is that we can deliver a proof that you've been enrolled to this program, and you will give us the current transcript of record that you have. You have the opportunity to deliver the final diploma after even you started with the GRACE program. So everything needs to be settled, of course, by the 1st September, but there is still room to deliver the latest papers. I hope that answered your question here. So stage 1 is fairly simple in this case. We need to see that you really exist. So we need to see something of your passport, a curriculum, a CV, a first letter of motivation. Well, like I said, your latest transcript of records. It doesn't have to be the final one in this case. Your final diploma or your current study certificate, so that we know that you're currently studying. And this is a little more technical. There are possible deposits applied, but this really depends on your country of origin. And I'm not really into all the details of this, but I know whenever there's a deposit and you are accepted to the program, then this will be taken off the tuition fee, obviously. So you have to pay less tuition fee, or you will get a refund whether you're rejected. So that's the whole idea of the deposit here. Let's see, for the second stage, you need a bit more. A photograph, a proof of English proficiency here, your portfolio, and more about it also in our FAQ on how to prepare this. Then we need to see a certified transcript record. So we need to see some original stamp, an apostille, a graph here. Find a diploma, your personal video introduction, and 1 or 2 letter of recommendations. All details about how you could prepare this should be well documented in our website section, the FAQ, the frequently asked questions section. There we'll give you some tips, some hints on how you could prepare, what we'd like to see in your portfolio, what is a good letter of recommendation. So we have set a few tips here and requirements. So after stage 2, we currently have a first come first serve principle. So whenever you hand it in, we will quickly review your full application. We'll do a ranking, and we will let you know as soon as possible whether you have, if you are a suitable candidate and if you are acceptable for a program. And like I said, if we have comparable kind of scorings here, then we might have to schedule an interview. But that will only in case, like I said, either equal scoring or whether a question from both sides or from one side. If you still have many questions, then we're happy to talk to you and answer these, hopefully. So the key dates to remember here, like I said, so the official application period already ended. We still have remaining places left, and I absolutely encourage you to start the application procedure here. We have an on-site registration. That means that you need to be in person at the end of August in Austria, as the program will start the weekend or the Monday after. That will be the 31st of August 26. And something about student life and something on how you could prepare and what you can expect, the kind of support that we offer through our international offices. And I think the most pressing question for most students, at least in Europe, is housing. And housing is really different in each country, but we are very happy to say that we can arrange housing. We will arrange housing for you in each of our country, in each of the 3 countries. So we'll give you an offer. You don't have to take it, but we'll give you a very nice, fair market price offer. But you need to be aware that the costs for housing really differ per country. And I think the Netherlands here is the most expensive one. That will be roughly about 500 to 700, but you can see that Latvia is far below that. It's like half the cost. And the rooms that we offer, are not only on a fair price, but also are very close located to the campus. So university campuses are really different in the Netherlands compared to the United States. They're usually very small, very close to city centers, and usually buildings are spread across the city center. So it's not only one campus here, but the nice thing is that these rooms are very close to lecture rooms and to the location where the GRACE program is offered. So it's usually on either walkable distance or on bikeable distance, and you don't even have to take a bus here. Well, cooking at home, I don't know if you're a good cook here, but I learned to cook whenever I started being a student here, as we have, quite an insane inflation last year, at least in the Netherlands, that students are very it's too expensive to eat out of home, some canteens, but we do offer canteen food for students. But I can tell you, in the Netherlands, it's not the best food, and the best food you can buy yourself and cook yourself. And in these dormitories that we offer, we have shared kitchens, and it's actually part of the whole experience to do this. The costs vary a little bit between the countries, but there's an estimation of 250 per month that you would spend on food. But if you're smart and if you, will cook for bigger groups, then it would logically be a bit lower. Well, transport, I already said, all of housing is very close to campus. So technically the commuting costs are very low, or even no commuting cost. You might want to invest in a bike whenever you're in the Netherlands, or you would rent a bike for the time that you're there. That's advice, but it's very low. Any other expensive, besides food, transport, I think you know this, mobile phone costs, leisure activities, but this can really vary. It's really hard to tell how much. It really depends on your personal lifestyle and choices that you make. Okay, then I have one big slide with too much information in it, so I tried to summarize everything that I just discussed here and present it to you. So a few things that I can still highlight. So we only have 25 places. We still have a few places left. So please start the application soon if you consider. If you're still in doubt, then feel free to contact us directly with your questions, and I will present you my email address in the latest slides. But I think the tuition costs are very low, very affordable. And I think the fact that you can travel through Europe with one visa is also a very nice opportunity here. That's kind of it from my part. And I already had a few questions through the chat. But I think, the microphone's open. I think the chat is still open for more questions. So please let me know if you have any further questions. If you don't have any questions, then please, visit our website or just contact me directly on my mail address. I'm really happy to see many questions. So I hope you enjoyed. So thank you for now already.
Thank you, Tim, for a thorough explanation. And I think, yeah, I would like to encourage everyone to, when you will receive the link for the recording and YouTube link, please feel free to distribute that information to anyone you feel like could be interested in this program. And from my side, I can say that we are especially proud of our mentor program, because we believe that this close connection and this mentoring could be very beneficial to have the best experience and the most like high tech real life applications that are actually used at the end. But I can maybe share some of the questions, and we try to answer them together with Tim. And one of the questions is, does having experience in healthcare XR development has advantage in application?
Yeah.
So, yep.
Yeah. Shall I try to answer that question? It absolutely is an advantage. So we work with a ranking system here in the application, and one part is the relevancy of any work experience in the field. So you will definitely get a few additional points here in our scoring. So it does help, but it is not a requirement. And if I can continue with another question I see, Linda, because it kind of connects with this one, is from what I understand, there are currently vacancies. So if I apply, do I have any chance of being accepted? When is the deadline for applications? We currently have no deadline. So it's really the principle of first come, first serve. So that's why I encourage you to really hurry up here. We still have a few places here. But you will get you'll get an immediate answer. So if you start the application procedure, then for the first stage, you'll get an answer within a week, and hopefully very soon after that, you will get to hear whether you're accepted. And then a study contract will be offered for you in the coming weeks. Is there anything else you see, Linda?
Yes. So which country's work permit visa applies after graduation, given the 3-country structure?
Yeah, that's also a very valid question. Very good question. As far as I know from the Dutch regulations here, is that any student that graduates from either a bachelor or master program will get an additional what we call search year. So that will allows the student to spend at least an additional year in the Netherlands, but also in Europe. And I didn't mention this, but this is a joint program. We have 3 institutions, but whenever you study in a program, you are fully enrolled to all 3 institutions throughout the whole study. So in that sense, if this applies for Dutch students here, or for Dutch students studying in the Netherlands, then this would apply. So you will get a search year, and this will give you the opportunity to start searching a nice job in this industry.
Thank you. So another question is, do graduates typically stay in Austria, Netherlands, or Latvia? And I can continue with this. You're definitely not limited to staying in these countries. As for regulation of European Union, you can, with this education, you can go and work in any of European countries legally. So it's up to you, your decisions, your collaboration with these stakeholders that you've had over the years. And since we have this stakeholder pool from companies from across the whole Europe and actually international companies, you are free to go to work wherever you prefer. Is there anything I missed on this question?
No, I think that's completely right. So let's see if there's any other question here. So beyond Erasmus Plus, are there any additional scholarships for non-European students? And what are the costs, including living expenses? Well, that's again an interesting question. I think whenever you've heard about the tuition fee for non-Europeans, this is really a very affordable tuition fee. Which hopefully already takes away a lot of financial stress here. but there are indeed many other opportunities for scholarships, and that's the thing that we share on the website, also in the FAQ section, but that really is depending on your country of origin and your transcripted record, your grading, etc. But there are additional kind of opportunities here, which I would ask you to find out yourself through the FAQ section, because we forward you also to, for example, the Austrian database of scholarship possibilities for students. Then the indication of cost. I just give you a quick indication of cost in the presentation, but on our website we have a table that also does some calculations where it also includes the Erasmus Plus allowance that you get from second semester on. Reason why you get from second semester only these Erasmus Plus is that whenever you start studying in the Netherlands in second semester, you become an exchange student from the Austrian institution. So that's why this grant will only start from the second semester until the fourth semester. But also it kind of depends on where you decide to study in the fourth semester, whether you will still receiving this grant, or at least it will influence the amount of money that you will get. Any other question, Linda, here?
There's a question about English language proficiency. What tests are accepted, and is TOEFL Duolingo academic?
Well, this is a very specific question, of which I know that Duolingo is not being formally listed as an accepted test here. So we expect to accept the TOEFL and the IELTS as standard English test. So in principle, I must say, English test results are required with the application deadline, but there is some negotiation possible here, if especially considering the fact that we have a first come first serve here. But you must understand whether if you already are a native speaking person here, so you're from the United States or UK or any other English speaking country here, then you don't have to deliver these kind of tests, obviously. And even if you have done a fully taught English bachelor program, this will also allow you just to enroll to a program without any additional certificates for English proficiency here.
Okay, thank you. I don't see any more questions. And we do realize that maybe this is not a very classical setup of a program. So please, if there are any questions left, feel free to reach out and we will answer all your questions as soon as we can. So you are very welcome to apply.
Absolutely. So thank you everyone for joining this session. Hopefully this was not the last moment that you got in contact with us. I really look forward to hopefully any other connection in the near future with either questions, or I would love to see the first applications coming in. Yeah, like Linda said, this presentation will also be shared, this recording will be shared on the channel of Vidzeme, and hopefully also through other channels. Yeah, and I wish you well all the best in your future careers, and hopefully Grace can be a good match here with your future ambitions to become a professional in the XR industry. So thank you.
GRACE is a joint study program offered by St. Pölten, Sächsian and Vidzeme Universities of Applied Sciences. As a student of GRACE, you will study in 3 European countries, benefiting from the individual expertise each of our universities has to offer. After 4 semesters, you will complete your studies with a Master of Science degree from our 3 institutions. GRACE stands for Gamified Reality Applications for real-world challenges and experiences. GRACE is a joint master's program focusing on gamification-based extended reality for application fields such as health, education and industry. As a student of GRACE, you will delve into topics such as design and innovation, gamification and didactics, development and implementation, as well as evaluation and dissemination. With these skills and competencies, you will be well equipped to contribute innovative products to a future-oriented market. GRACE's unique selling point is its path to reality. After being introduced to the European Entrepreneurial Competence Framework (ENTRECOM), you will unfold your talent under the mentorship of companies and institutions from our vast international network. Your journey begins with an initial idea, which you will iterate through several stages of prototyping and evaluation over the 4 semesters. At the end of your studies, you will not only have developed a finished product. Through continuous training of your self and peer assessment skills, you will also possess an extraordinary level of reflection that enables you to convince potential stakeholders of your competencies and ideas. Are you curious to learn more about this unique joint master's program? Please visit our website for further information.
Each semester is unique. RACE is not a typical master's program, because you study in 3 different countries: Austria, Netherlands and Latvia.
In the first semester in Austria, teaching focuses on foundations of gamification and extended reality, combining with design thinking and collaboration tasks. You will mainly explore the tools and develop your first prototypes and concepts that you will expand on throughout the whole program.
For the second semester in the Netherlands, you will follow teaching in didactics, gamification, and entrepreneurial strategies while co-creating a low-fidelity prototype with peers, tutors, and stakeholders.
Develop a high-fidelity prototype while strengthening your skills in scientific evaluation, knowledge transfer, societal relevance, and entrepreneurship through design thinking.
And don't forget to apply until February 1st.